People are talking about the great taste of Vlasic pickles like never before.
Here, my dear, try a Vlasic pickle.
Why, thank you, dear.
Now that's the best tasting pickle I ever had.
Hey, Jimmy, want to trade?
Sure. Want a Vlasic pickle?
Okay. Now that's the best tasting pickle I ever had.
Vlasic pickles. Try them and you might say...
今まで耳にした中でも最も美味しいピックルであります。
Hey, you know me, Scott Elder here from Elder Mitsubishi. I'm in a pickle. My doctor told me to turn it down a notch before my heart explodes. The only way for me to calm down is to help you get a nicer, newer car. So I'm making it easy. It's my nickel pickle sale. You've got a job in a nickel, you could be approved for a nicer, newer car. Like this 2020 Mirage with a low payment of $247 a month. Or pick from our huge pre-owned selection. I'm in a pickle and you can drive for a nickel. I'm Scott Elder, your dealer for the people.
When the consumer is looking at the shelf, they just see different brands there. It's just jars and labels, but if they really knew the story behind it all, whereas other brands have been bought and sold so many times you don't know who owns them or where they're being made. But Best Made's made right here in Fort Worth, and it's the same family that's been doing it for 86 years now, so we're going to make it to 100 and beyond. We're one of the only vertically integrated pickle companies really left in North America. The larger brands have begun to source everything, and so we think it's important to control from the seed to the jar.
When you know that you manage the process of buying the seed and all of the steps that we take throughout the plant to ensure quality, when that product finally comes to the point that it's in the jar, we have an incredible product.
The cucumbers come into Fort Worth from the tank yard, and they go into large holding tanks where they're desalted and prepared to be packed and become pickles. At times, depending on the product, we'll add ingredients by hand. We'll either bring the cucumber in whole, we'll slice it, or we'll spear it. And then we'll bring it to the production line. It will go into a surge tank, which is then fed into the filler. The filler that we have vibrates to spread the pickles out, and they drop into the jar. From the filler, the jars proceed down the line to a topping area where we actually hand top all of the jars to make sure that the customer gets a full jar every time. From the topping table, we'll proceed to the brining area. The pickle actually takes on the flavor of that brine that we put into the jar. It proceeds down the line to the capper, where we steam cap and pull a vacuum on the jar to guarantee freshness. It goes down the line to a rinser where the jar is washed off, and it will proceed into the labeler. After the labeler, we put a code date on there to guarantee freshness and to show when we actually ran the product. It proceeds down the line into the case packer, where it returns to the very case that it was shipped in on.
They get cased and stacked onto pallets and back into our warehouse ready for shipment. There's also a fresh pack pickle, which is a cucumber straight from the field that comes straight to the factory, and it's cooked in the jar. So we'll slice it, leave it whole, or spear it, and it's cooked in the jar. And you typically get a little bit of a fresher flavor on those. People will say, I knew that brand, but I didn't know it was a local, Fort Worth company or a family brand, but I've been eating Best Made my whole life, so it's nice to hear those kind of comments from people. It's different than the other pickle. It's a Texas-grown product, and so people respond to that.
I hope that when people pick up a jar of Best Made and take it home, they're shocked at what great flavor we have and what great crunch, and they just can't put the jar away.
Ordinary pickles are cooked, and most don't snap. Not Clausen. They're packed fresh and stored cold, so they're always crisp and delicious. Taste the difference. Cold, crisp, Clausen.
Hey NorCal, it's Brittany and Sean at Hampton Auto Center. This week we're having our nickel pickle sale. We are in a pickle. We've got to sell some cars, and that means right now you could drive for as little as a nickel down. Fill out your information below and we'll talk today.
This is facing North Carolina. Oh, it's kind of small. We ain't got no picture show, no bowling alley. In fact, don't have much entertainment at all, except for Wellwood and his harmonica. But there's one thing that we do have, and that's the Kate's Pickle Company. We pick just right cucumbers, fuss over them till they're the best tasting, best crunching pickle in the whole U.S. of A. Why? 'Cause we got nothing else to do.
Thomas Jefferson said, "On a hot day in Virginia, I know nothing more comforting than a fine spiced pickle brought up trout-like from the sparkling depths of the aromatic jar below the stairs of Aunt Sally's cellar." The Swanson Pickle Company of Ravenna, Michigan understands that sentiment. They got their start with founder Wesley Swanson buying cucumbers from growers in 1949. He'd pull a grader to the field and pay daily for their crop. He was also in the dry bean business, but in May of 1958, the bean elevator burned along with the barn where cucumber grading was taking place.
When that bean elevator burnt, the bins were full of buckwheat and the barn was full of wood baskets and crates. I mean, it was a huge fire and it burnt right to the ground in a hurry. And my dad had tears in his eyes and I was jumping for joy that we got rid of that miserable building. And we're able to build something that we'd been in it long enough. We knew what we wanted. It just was you always use the old as long as you could. And Mother Nature took care of that in a hurry with a good fire.
Today, Swanson Pickle Company is growing 1,700 acres of processing pickles in addition to buying from other growers. To assure they get the varieties they need, they acquire the seed and offer it to those who grow for them.
And what we'll do with a grower is we'll have a contract and contract so many bushels, not acres. We line up bushels because there is a top size of what you can handle in a year. We have a capacity that we can handle every year, and so we protect ourselves by having bushel contracts. But we try to, some growers will have a good year and go over their contract, and we always try to take whatever we can from a grower. And usually there's other growers that are going to have an off year. And it varies because the state is a big state and you have these microclimates that change things around.
Seed is planted from late May to mid-July with a normal growing period of 50 days, with the harvesting of Swanson's own acreage running from 9 to 10 weeks. John Swanson calls it an unforgiving crop with a 24-hour window of optimal harvest time.
The grower is paid on the diameter of the pickle and the total weight of the pickle. We're looking for an 1.5 to 1 3/4 diameter pickle, which is in one night the pickle can jump that size. So you have to be on top of your game. You can only plant so much at a time because you can only harvest so quick, at a certain amount on a day. So it's very management intensive compared to an agronomic crop like corn or soybeans are a little bit much more forgiving.
Once harvested, the pickles are unloaded into water, which provides a soft landing and a bath to remove soil. They're sampled across a belt into 6 sizes, setting an average for size and weight. They're then divided into various sizes for their customers' needs, whether it be for relish, chips, or spears. If they're to be fresh packed or refrigerated, they're shipped directly off the line to the packer. If they're to be processed, they head to one of the 1,300 fiberglass brine tanks, each holding 900 bushels of pickles or 45,000 pounds. There they ferment for 3 to 6 weeks before shipping to manufacturers.
All of the people like us that get the crop procured, either grow it or commingle it like we do with ours and other growers, we all pretty much have the same customer base. And Vlasic has a big presence here, Bay Valley has a big presence, and Heinz in the state of Michigan. But there's also some other smaller manufacturers, Freestone, Gilo, Harrison, that do well also in the state. So Michigan is where the pickles are grown, the #1 state in the United States, and it's also where the most manufacturing base is located in Michigan or very close to Michigan.
4 generations strong, the Swanson Pickle Company is a real family affair. Along with Grandpa Don and son John, there's John's brothers Dave and Paul and their wives, along with John's 2 sons, Matt and Wes.
Seeing everything from when I was, growing up here, not even working, just coming, seeing the operation and seeing it now today shows I got a different perspective on things, and I think I like the family business atmosphere. You have your ups and downs, but kind of what you're getting into, and it's more meaningful, I guess. It's not just working for some company, you're working for your family too, so it's it's a good feeling.
With the future looking bright for the Swanson Pickle Company, they continue to look for new opportunities for that favorite treat of Thomas Jefferson.
We figure we got the fast food covered pretty good. We got to get a way to get them on the breakfast table. I think everybody'd enjoy a dill pickle omelet. We just haven't got the message out there yet.
To learn more about pickles, get recipes, and access a list of pickle brands, log on to ilovepickles.org.
When I talk with most people and they ask what I do and I tell them, they have no idea what it takes to actually put that pickle in the jar.
We receive cucumbers from the panhandle of Texas, from the seed being planted in the ground to the reception here where we go through the 3-week process in the storage, to the shipping up to Fort Worth as we flavor and bottle the product. It's a very long and kind of neat process the whole way. It's kind of a lot of fun. We have 800 tanks in the yard, and we have the capacity for right around 35 million pounds of cucumbers.
Today we will have, I believe, 24 hoppers come in.
We back the trucks down over a large piece of machinery we call a monster. We crank open the bottom of the truck. The pickles hit the conveyor belts. They run up, they go into the tank. In about 35 minutes, we have one of these fiberglass tanks full. Then we have a crew of men that come along and smooth out the pickles on the top of the tank, and then they lay a head across the top of the tank. It holds the cucumbers down, since cucumbers will float.
They basically just add brine and fill the tank up, and then after that we take care of it from the lab point of view.
In general, in the summertime, it's about 3 weeks to finish up a transformation from a cucumber to a pickle.
Every tank has a purger line, and basically it's just bringing the brine back up on top, filters down again, and it's just a process that just keeps going.
What's inside the cucumber is water and air, and we're replacing that with salt as a preservative. You don't have something you could just pull out and eat. The salt levels are too high. There's no flavor to it. We don't do flavorings here, we just pickle. We receive such quantity so rapidly that there's no way they could pack all of this in a quick fashion, and we're able to use this as a storage facility until it's growing season again in the Panhandle.
The plant up in Fort Worth will call down the day before, and according to that, we assign the tanks to the salt stock crew. They'll pull the product with a device called a digger that's lowered into the tank. It's basically a conveyor belt with cups on it that actually brings the pickles out and dumps them into a bin.
These buckets in turn are taken up to Fort Worth, where they will be desalted and turned into whatever product they need up there.
As it leaves us and goes to the plant, if they start off with a superior product from us, it can only get better through what they do there to put it into the jar.
You know, I'm not kidding, after 30 years, I still really get a kick out of transforming a tank properly, and it goes out of here and it hits the tables of millions upon millions of people.
Until now, there was only one pickle the ploughman had put his name to. Now there are 2 new ones from Heinz, made with country ingredients to bring out the flavor of hot or cold food. There's new tomato pickle and mild mustard pickle. Perfect for the ploughman's lunch, or his breakfast, or his supper. The new range of ploughman's pickles. The ploughman has a taste for the country. A bit old-fashioned, some might say. But then, he likes things done the way they should be. And a proper country pickle, as far as he's concerned, should be rich and dark, and made with traditional country ingredients, which is probably why he feels so at home on this one.
Steady now.
Until now.
I'm in a pickle. I'm in a pickle. I'm in a pickle, and you can pickle. It's my nickel pickle sale. So if you've got a job at a nickel, you could be driving a nicer newer car today with a low payment of just $177 per month. I'm in a pickle. I'm in a pickle. I'm in a pickle, and you can drive for a nickel. It's my nickel pickle sale. I'm Scott Lehman, and I'm a dealer for the people.
Dill, kosher, bread and butter. Whatever your pickle preference, it all starts on farms like Brian Curry's. He's been growing cucumbers near Hale Center in West Texas for about 10 years. He also grows corn, wheat, and cotton. But on his farm, pickles are a big deal.
We started raising pickles in 06 or 07, and we raise them for Best Made. We fertilize the ground, we plow it, we get the ground ready to plant, and Best Made's equipment comes in, they plant and they harvest, and all we have to do is keep them irrigated during the year.
Brian grows every cucumber with Texas pride. Like him, Best Made was born and raised in the Lone Star State. It's Texas' only major pickle company. In the 1920s, Mildred Dawson was selling pies door to door. She started using the leftover egg yolks to make mayonnaise and sandwich spread. Sandwich spread needs relish. When the relish company went up on their pickle prices, she started growing her own cucumbers. Now 90 years and 4 generations later, Best Made is almost entirely pickles.
Best Made's unique from anybody else selling cucumbers in Texas because they are grown in Texas. They're a Texas product. Texas farmers are growing them. They enjoy doing it. It's a fun crop for them. We have about 2,900 acres to 3,000 acres that we plant every year.
Brian raises about 300 of those acres. He works closely with folks like Steven to make sure Best Made gets the fruit they need. About 60% of the pickles in Best Made jars are from this area, northwest of Lubbock. The hot days, cool nights, and low humidity of West Texas are perfect for growing these future snacks.
My best yield's been 386 bushels to the acre, and they've started going to picking them a little smaller, so you know, anywhere from 250 to 300 is probably an excellent crop now.
Planting starts at the end of May and goes for 12 weeks, about 40 to 60 acres a day. 45 days later, they're ready. Once Brian's cucumbers are the right size, Best Made brings out 2 self-propelled harvesters. Each machine picks about 50,000 pounds per hour.
We ship to Best Made between 1 inch and 2 inches in diameter. They'll grow a size a day, and a size for us is 1/4 of an inch. And we've got about a 24-hour window to really get these things out of the field. Tomorrow they'll be too big.
Once the cucumbers are picked, they are graded, sorted, and loaded into trucks bound for the pickling plant in Fort Worth. About 15 semi-loads of cucumbers will travel from Hale County to Tarrant County every day during harvest. That equals out to around 30 million pounds of pickles.
Chances are if you're eating a pickle in the state of Texas, it probably, even if it's at a restaurant, probably came from Best Made at one point.
Once in the Metroplex, they will either go directly to the plant in Fort Worth to be fresh packed, basically from field to jar in a few days, or they will head to the tank yard in Mansfield to be processed. Then it's time to put them in the jars. No matter the flavor or the type, everyone from the field to the warehouse takes pride in their part of the pickle.
We take a lot of pride in the fact that we put out the most tightly packed jar on the shelf. You're always going to get a full jar from Best Made. We have extra people on the line that make sure that we get that last pickle in the jar.
Best Made pickles have a stronger dill flavor than most brands. Since they only ship to Texas and the surrounding states, they can cater more to Texas tastes. Brian enjoys growing crops that further the Lone Star mystique. As a third-generation farmer, he hopes the farming legacy continues with his sons. Maybe they will be the next generation of pickle producers.
I'm hoping one of these days I can pass this on to my kids. I would honestly like to switch to mostly pickles, but it's very finicky and it's a pretty high-risk crop. I hope we can raise this for a long time. I love this crop.
For TFB News, Ed Wolf, Hale Center.
Welcome to Mount Olive Pickle Company. Have you ever wondered what goes into making the perfect Mount Olive pickle? Well, here at the corner of Cucumber and Vine, our recipe for success is a mixture of ingredients: rich traditions, attention to quality, and a bit of fun. Mount Olive has been in business since 1926. We got our start at the turn of the last century when a large produce market operated here in Mount Olive, North Carolina. A local entrepreneur saw opportunity in the bumper crops of cucumbers that were going to waste. His original idea for selling brined cucumbers to other pickle companies fell through, and he found himself in something of a, well, you know. But a group of Mount Olive businessmen saw promise in a pickling operation. They reasoned a new market for area farmers would be good for the whole community. So, in January 1926, they established the Mount Olive Pickle Company, with 1 acre of land and less than $20,000 in capital. Old coffee pots were used to pour syrup into the jars. From that modest beginning, Mount Olive has grown to become the best-selling brand of pickles in the country, with distribution in all 50 states. Today, the perfect pickle packing process begins with the best quality cucumbers. Each year, we buy millions of pounds of fresh cucumbers and peppers in 10 states, as well as several foreign countries. About 1/3 of what we buy is grown right here in North Carolina. From the fields of these independent growers, the cucumbers are delivered to receiving stations, where they're inspected and graded for size and quality. The cucumbers are then delivered to Mount Olive by truck. Mount Olive receives its fresh cucumbers in a variety of ways: in plastic bins, in cardboard containers, in barrels, or in bulk. Bulk-loaded cucumbers are washed out of the truck with a powerful water hose. Mount Olive packs 2 basic types of pickles: processed and fresh pack. The cucumbers arriving at Mount Olive will either go into the plant for packing as fresh pack pickles, or they'll be placed in one of Mount Olive's 1,100 brine tanks to be fermented as processed pickles. Typically, the tanks are filled with cucumbers in the summer and emptied in the winter.
Our tank yard has approximately 1,100 tanks. They're about an 800 bushel equivalent, which is about 8,000 gallons in a tank. That equates to about 40 million pounds of cucumbers that we tank on our yard.
Filling up the tanks in the tank yard requires some heavy lifting.
It takes about 200 bushels to fill a big bin. We move that then to the tank, where we open the bin and all the cucumbers fall into the tank. It takes about 4 trips with a big bin to fill the tank. Once we fill the tank, we put a wooden headboard on top of the tank to keep the cucumbers submerged, and then our fermentation process begins.
Processed pickles include Mount Olive's relishes and salad cubes, sweet pickles, sour pickles, dill, and some kosher dill. Fresh pack pickles are fresh cucumbers that don't undergo a fermentation process in the tank yard. They're simply washed and placed into jars for packing. Fresh pack items include bread and butter pickles, kosher dill pickles, and peppers. You'll find the words "fresh pack" on the label of these products in your grocery store. When it's time for the cucumbers to be packed into jars, whether processed or fresh pack, the cucumbers first get a thorough washing. Once cleaned, the cucumbers move from the outside into the cutting department, where they're cut into chips, spears, sandwich stuffers, relish, salad cubes, or left whole. The cukes are blanched and sent to the packing department, ready to be put into jars. The empty jars arrive at Mount Olive on pallets. They're placed on the production line by machine. The jars are washed and inspected as they go into the packing room. We pack most of our products by machine, like this one, which shakes the pickles into the jars as they go by. Pickles that don't fall into the jars recirculate for more tries. Employees called toppers use rubber mallets to make sure the jars are full and ready to be capped. While most of our products are machine packed, some, like our spears and sandwich stuffers, are packed by hand. Our hand packers pack a jar of spears on average every 12 seconds. Once the cucumbers are in the jars, the pickle juice,
Bob
or
Laser
cover
just
brine,
loves
is
number
added.
one. It looks like it might be
This gives the
anti-gravity.
pickles their flavor.
A group of @ signs, gloom.
We make our pickle juice using these 400-gallon mixers. We start with the base ingredients, usually vinegar and water, and we test the levels of vinegar
Peter
and
Piper
salt on
packed a
each
peck of
batch
pickled
prior to
pies.
use. Then we carefully measure the flavorings and other ingredients and add it to the base. Once the jars have both pickles and juice, they're capped and vacuum sealed. Now that the jars are capped, they're pasteurized, a process that makes our pickles shelf stable. Inside these 100-foot-long pasteurizers, jars of pickles move through 10 different temperature zones. The pickles are heated to just the right temperature and then cooled very quickly. Depending on the size of the jars, this process takes about an hour. From the pasteurizer, the pickles go into the finished goods department, where labels are added, and a best if used by date and production code are printed on each jar. The production code indicates which day of the year the jar is packed and which production shift did the packing. Now that the jars are finished, they're prepared for shipping. We use cardboard trays instead of boxes to use less cardboard. Our tray packing machines handle the jars with care by building the trays around the jars. They also allow Mount Olive to pack different sizes of cases.
What this machine allows us to do is go from a 12-pack case to a 6-pack case to a 4-pack case, whatever fits the individual customer. We're very flexible with this machine.
The production code information is printed on each tray, and the trays are shrink-wrapped. A robotic palletizer automatically stacks the cases onto pallets, building one layer at a time. The cases are placed in specific patterns to ensure the pallets are stable. The pallets are then stretch-wrapped. Throughout the process, quality is vigorously maintained.
In quality control, we check each step of the manufacturing process to make sure that our products are consistent and that we maintain our quality standards. The testing that we do in the quality control lab is titratable acidity, salt, pH, and Bomb-A, which measures the sweetness.
The finished pallets go to one of our warehouses for storage until they're shipped from our distribution center.
We're the #1 brand of pickles, peppers, and relishes in the United States. And with that, our warehouse storage needs as well as our production capacity have grown. We have approximately 1 million square feet of warehouse storage space that allows us to store about 7 million cases. It's a lot of pickles.
Making the perfect Mount Olive pickle not only requires the best ingredients, it also requires the best people. We have over 600 employees year-round, and we hire another 350 seasonal workers in the busy summer months. We're proud of our diverse work group and the job they do. The pickle people at Mount Olive pack millions of jars of pickles, peppers, and relishes each year. And for us, safety is a big deal. As a result, Mount Olive is a Carolina Star site, which is the highest recognition the North Carolina Department of Labor gives for effective safety and health management. In addition, Mount Olive and its employees are environmentally responsible. The company runs an elaborate wastewater treatment system. We recycle everything from plastics to cardboard to glass, and we pay careful attention to how we use our resources, like water, to help protect our environment. But making the perfect pickle isn't all we do. Because of our roots, we believe it's important to make a stronger community too. Our company partners with local schools, sponsors youth sports teams, and supports dozens of local programs and initiatives with both our money and our products. And we encourage our employees to be active in nonprofit and civic groups. We also like to have fun. We're a major sponsor of the award-winning North Carolina Pickle Festival, held every year here in Mount Olive on the last full weekend of April. It's a dilly of a festival, drawing thousands every year. Proceeds benefit community projects year-round. And finally, we invite you to join us here at the corner of Cucumber and Vine every New Year's Eve. We drop a glowing 3-foot pickle down our company flagpole into a perfectly preserved redwood pickle tank at the stroke of 7 o'clock midnight. In case you're wondering, when it's 7 o'clock in Mount Olive, it's actually midnight Greenwich Mean Time. We get started at 6 o'clock, and we encourage you to get here early. The whole thing's over at 7:05.
The secrets to our success are we focus on producing a quality product, we have a place where our employees enjoy coming to work, and we continue to nurture our hometown roots. We have not forgotten the values which brought us to where we are today.
We hope you've enjoyed this visual tour of the Mount Olive Pickle Company. To learn more about our company, please visit us on the web at mountolivepickles.com. And be sure to remember us on your next trip to the grocery store.
Heinz makes a very crisp pickle. We're proud of it. Heinz, the proud, loud pickle.
It's the greatest thing that's happened to a sandwich since sliced bread. The one and only Vlasic sandwich stackers. Ham up your ham.
Wow.
Make your tikey pikey.
Whoa!
Tap it up with the original sandwich stackers from Vlasic, the perfect pickle to stack. It's party time, people. So pick up those party platters. Pick up some pickles. Some Vlasic pickles. Pick up your poultry, your pot roast. Save a pickle platter. But be sure and pick the perfect pickle. Pick a Vlasic. The perfect pickle for piking it up.
You can make it. Oh, this trial you're going through, your God's gonna show you just what to do. You can make it. You can make it. Now I don't care what's going wrong, your God won't let it last too long, 'cause you're not in this thing alone. You can make it. You may face some of life's toughest trials, and you may walk down some long, lonely miles, but traveling with you, you will find a friend, and there won't be a battle that you and your God won't win. You can make it. Ah, yes, you can make it. Ah, this trial you're going through, your God's gonna show you just what to do. You can make it. You can make it. Now I don't care what's going wrong, your God won't let it last too long, 'cause you're not in this thing alone. You can make it. If there's someone who has crushed your dreams, and the thing you want is never gonna happen, it seems, but every single doubt your Father will dispel, 'cause you're his child, and there's no way he's gonna let you fail. You can make it. You can make it. You can make it. You really can. Ah, this trial you're going through, your God's gonna show you just what to do. You can make it. Come on now. You can make it. I don't care what's going wrong, your God won't let it last too long, 'cause you're not in this thing alone. You can make it. You can make it. Come
partner. Let me hear you again. Oh, isn't that terrific? Hey, you guys are good. You ought to have cowboy hats on, too. Yeah. I got an idea. We got...
Vestal's the funniest one.
Bob?
He looks like Pedro.
Hello, Vestal. What? Get a close-up of that. That's the Church of God woman hairdo. Get a close-up of Vestal's. Can't you get it? That's it.
She can't quite get it down on her head, see, because she kind of perched there.
Vestal said that she's Church of God background.
Yeah, that's got to be
and
Church of God.
her hairdo is Church of God.
Wait.
And I said, well, how do you wear a cowboy hat? And
Oh, there's Church of God cowboy.
are there? All right. Well, we've opened Farmland USA, and the 1100 Club is moving faster than Speeding Bullet.
Right.
And a locomotive and an airplane, I think, and we're so excited about it. And thank you. Thank you for calling. Thank you for jamming the phones every day of this telethon. And we hope you'll call right from the beginning and fill the lines up, and especially with your monthly pledge and your renewal pledge. Tammy, what are we giving away?
I don't know. What are we giving away, Jim? No, I do know that today.
She's going to jail tomorrow. Partner.
And I probably deserve it.
No, she's going to prison to minister.
Yes.
That's why we're sending her away
Yes.
to rest. Serve a little time.
Yeah.
Now, when you become a partner, what do you receive?
You received the 1-year Bible.
She knows that now.
Oh!
Okay. Uncle Henry's had some surgery on his mouth, so he's not here. That's not even funny, is it? A lot of people thought I needed that for a while. No, but he's just having, dental surgery,
Dental work,
so he
yeah.
can't talk right now. So, Henry, come on back. Henry would love this day. He's an old cowhand.
Henry's kind of day.
But we want you to have the beautiful 1-year Bible, and if you haven't renewed your pledge, remember, unless you have the red card, you are not an up-to-date member of PTL. This is the 1987 membership card, and we want you to have one. Isn't that a bright red?
That's a bright red.
Isn't that pretty?
Mm-hmm.
And Tammy wants you to have this 1-year Bible.
Yes, she does.
Now, you know about this Bible. You're the one who wanted this Bible.
I know it.
Okay. What are you laughing at? What? Are you clowning over there? This is serious, Vestal. Straighten up. Where'd Doug Oldham go? He's the one that looks the strangest. You ever see? Why? I mean, I want you to get... This is Poncho. What farm do you come from? What farm? What? Don't hide.
No, I want to hear what you say.
What? I said, what farm do you
I want to pet all the pickles.
The funny farm. What do you think?
Well, I'm not raising any money for Fort Hope or for any place else. Bob,
oh, Jim.
You got the rest of our hats that we were for our set pit. I don't know what we'll do if we get rid of them all, though we'll need them for another day. What? Okay. Anybody here wants to give $10 for Fort Hope right now and to help me finish that building? Bob's got the rest of our hats here. Everybody in the studio audience, now don't write for a hat. We can't send them to you. But if you want one of these official Heritage USA Farmland hats, raise your hand and get out $10 for Fort Hope, all right? And you can take your hat home with you then. Bob?
Can I give $10?
If you guys aren't going to help me raise money, you silly bunch, we'll just sell hats now here for Fort Hope. They're only $5 at the auction. But there's not any more left.
Special deal here.
Yeah, special deal here. Low, this is high overhead here.
High budget, yeah.
Just look up at this ceiling. You can see how high the overhead is here. And but it's for Fort Hope. Bob will finally found gainful employment there.
Oh, Jim, and I would like to tell our partners I'm wearing pants today. This is not a split in my skirt. I wore them one day, and a lady wrote in and said that she thought it was just horrible that I wore my slit in my skirt so high.
Well, that would be terrible.
That would be terrible.
Aren't those
That would be
culottes?
nice. Yeah,
Is that like
they're
a
just
culotte?
kind of long.
Oh, all right. Well, that's country
Country
clothes.
day, yeah.
All right. Well, and you go out and milk the cows, you can't wear a
can't,
dress.
no,
you know
that's
that. But Farmland USA is coming along, and don't forget now, this is our PTL Club Telethon, and we're having a great time at Heritage USA celebrating Christmas City. 600,000 people last month have already been here, and camp meetings every night, all the marvelous things, live television, and all the Christmas dinner theaters, the Life of Christ Christmas Passion Play. Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Hi. You guys going to just have fun here today?
Oh, we were just discussing something.
Oh, all right. Can I get in there?
Yeah, we were wondering if we should sing Lean on Me today, being that she's
Yeah,
here.
why don't you sing, Lena?
But we haven't practiced it, and we might really be awful.
Why would that make any difference, the way this telethon's
That's
been
true. The way
going?
this has been going, it doesn't make a bit of difference.
Yeah. After yesterday's program and Reverend Dortch's situation. Brother Dortch, you don't have a hat on.
No, I was the, whatever he is yesterday.
Dignified.
Mike Lindell will be hearing about this
Yeah,
bullshit.
well, like
You
all
dirty
yesterday,
riggers.
We've got to regain some of it back today.
Did the general superintendent call you?
No, but Dr. Dortch is returned today. The other guy was here yesterday.
Oh, my. All right, if you'd like to have a lifetime membership, you need to do it. Time is running out on the 1100 Club. Call us right now. What's happening on the phones, Pastor Dortch? Do you have any calls?
Jim, I've been anxious for you to ask me, because yesterday the Lord was so good to give you and Tammy a tremendous response, and it happened again today. Columbia, Tennessee, two $1,100 clubs, and Jim, like yesterday, another 4 memberships for the 1100 club.
From one family.
Yes, one family.
Thank you so much.
And also 5.
Another
From
5.
Richmond, Virginia, 5 1,100
one family.
memberships for one family.
$5,500. Thank you.
That's victory.
Wow, we're going to meet our goal. There's Jeannie Johnson right off the farm.
Jim, I've got some new
Aren't
partners.
you kind of a country girl?
Well,
What country are you from?
I was raised in the city, but
Where were you raised? What state?
in North Carolina.
Well, that's country.
Yeah.
If you're from North Carolina, there's just a little bit of country in it.
That's right.
You got a good country accent.
Yeah.
You sing good gospel country, too.
Okay. Well, I've got some new partners.
All right.
One from Fayetteville, North Carolina, one from Maryland, one from Charlotte, North Carolina, one from Adams, Massachusetts.
Are these all $15 a month?
These are all $15
Terrific.
a month.
Go ahead.
Wayne, Michigan, here's one for $25 a month.
Terrific.
From Newport,
Thank
Kentucky, $15 a month. From Kannapolis, North Carolina. And here's a brand new partner, $15 a month from Chino, California. I guess that's the way you say that.
Great, great.
New one.
All right, call right now. Let these phones ring. And remember, when you get this new card, and you must have a new card if you're going to receive your discounts when you come here in 1987. You get a 10% discount. Where's my pointer? Tammy,
Oh,
Tammy,
no.
did you steal my pointer? You don't want me to have that.
He hits with
Hey,
this.
partner, give me my stick, man. You're going to see the first nationally televised wrestling match. First preacher and his wife have a fight on television.
Over a pointer of all time.
And you get 10% discount at the Heritage Grand when you have your PTL membership. And you have 10% discount at all the restaurants here. The Grand is grand, and the Grand is open and finished and gorgeous and getting more gorgeous every single week. You know, we never stop painting the Grand. 365 days a year, we are painting your Grand. We have a special fund that we put into every day to buy new furniture for the Grand. The Grand, as far as I'm concerned, as long as I'm alive, the Grand will never get old. The Grand will never be deteriorated. We have a fund. If the furniture breaks, it's replaced immediately. The wallpapers will be replaced if they get tacky. There's one of our restaurants. Doesn't that look good? Oh, no, the audience is going to walk out on me. But you get a 10% discount when you have your card, when you go there. And there's one of the newest restaurants opening, Tony's Cafe. Italian. Woo! Good Italian. Doug Oldham, Give me an endorsement for Tony's Sidewalk Cafe. Can you hear me?
You bet your boots, and I can endorse. I mean, look at the man. You know I can endorse Tony's Sidewalk Cafe. They have some of the finest Italian cuisine you can get, and if you beg them, they'll serve you a hamburger, which I don't think is Italian.
Well, Hampton Court, what do you think about Hampton Court then, or Heritage Court?
Heritage Court? Heritage Court is, I think, probably the finest restaurant we have on the premises.
And you said they make the best hamburger in the world.
They make the best hamburger, cheeseburger, bacon burger.
Oh, listen, we got to stop
any of those three. And it's a monster. It's like they used to be.
I can see this audience getting ready to leave.
Hamburger hangs out over the edge of the thing, and you can have whatever you want on it.
But when you go to pay your bill, if you have this red card, they'll give you 10% off. So you get 10% discount at our at the Grand. You get 10% discount at the restaurants. You get 10% discount at our shops. You were looking there at our record shop. You were looking there at our bookstores. All of our bookstores, all of our Christian gifts and all. Fudge at the Heavenly Fudge Shop. You get 10% discount there. And you get 10% discount at all the shops, even on your hair at Royal Hair Design and your permanents or whatever. So that card means something. Your nails, Christian women have their nails done. Can you believe that? There's the old general store. You get a 10% discount there. At the drugstore here, you get 10% discount there. So all over this place. At Heritage Island, you get 10% discount if you're a partner with this partner card. So this card is not just an idle thing. This card is not just a piece of plastic that we give you just to say you're a card-carrying member of the PTL Club, but that's good enough, you know. But you get 10% discount when you come to enjoy your park, your water park, the most marvelous water park in the world, Heritage Island. So this card is very, very valuable. So call. You must renew your pledge in order to get the red card. If you can't get on the phone, write me. Jim Baker, Charlotte, North Carolina, 28279. Write me, send your this month's pledge. Just say, Jim, count me in. And if you send $15 a month or more, I'll send you this book. I will send it out to you right away. We're starting to ship this week, so we'll ship you this Bible as our love gift, the one-year Bible. All the Bible divided into a New Testament section, Old Testament, Psalms and Proverbs, all in each chapter. 3 pages, 10 minutes of reading of each day, and you'll read through the Bible in 1 year. The PTL one-year Bible. I want you to have it just for renewing your pledge or making that pledge of $15 a month. That's 50 cents a day is all to say, I want to help keep Christian television on the air and keep this place of inspiration. You know, the marvelous thing about Heritage USA is you don't have to dress up here. You don't have to wear a tie. You can come with a cowboy hat on if you want. I mean, you can wear a tie. Pastor Dorch's club wears ties, but you can wear anything you want. You know, you can come casual because this is a place of rest and recreation and inspiration. You know, actually the word recreation means recreation. Right. Recreation means recreation, to be recreated, to be restored. Right. And that's why it's important that we also have recreation here at Heritage USA for the whole family. You know, the kids don't really like going to most camp meetings, but here they love to come because we have services just for them. We have programs just for them. We have Bible studies right on the beach here. We have Bible studies and music and gospel sings and things right where they are, right at the swimming pools, right in the parks, all over this place. So this is a place for the teenagers, it's a place for the kids, it's a place for everybody. And if you'd like to be a part of keeping Christian television on the air and you'd like to be a monthly partner, call right now, 1-704-554-6000. In Canada, please, Canada, we need to hear from you. A lot of Canadians come on down here for your holidays, and we need you to stand with us and keep Christian television coming into your home. If you're watching this, the only way to keep it on the air is to call me. In Canada, 1-416-252-5981. Call us right now and help us to go over the top in Canada, please. We're behind in Canada. We need to hear from you right now. So call us, all right? And become a PTL partner and receive all the marvelous discounts and benefits. And come and be a part of our TV show every day. We have live television at Heritage USA just about every single day. And when you're a PTL partner, you're keeping those satellites beaming in the sky 24 hours a day from this place. This is truly Television City with these giant earth dishes beaming signals up into outer space, the gospel of Jesus Christ 24 hours a day. PTL has become the largest full-time Christian network in the world. And if you want to be a part of keeping it on the air, please care enough to call your pledge in right now. And our new ministry center, soon to be built. You want to be a part of this. You'll be able to come to the greatest conference, musicals, sing-along, camp meetings, television services, all of these things from the great new rebuilt Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace burnt in I think about 36, if I'm not mistaken, something like that. It was built in about 1850, 51, I think. And it was the 8th wonder of the world in London, England. And we're rebuilding it here. It's the place where television was first broadcast from, in that building, and it was invented and developed actually in that building. It was in London, England, and now we will be broadcasting the gospel from that great center. So give us a call. Help us. Help us.
You loud alarm motherfucker, you.
All right. Count you in. Count you in. Can we count you in? Call right now. 1-704-554-6000. Call us right now. Has everybody got your hats on? That'll shield your eyes from the sun. Oh. What? You got one hat left? Looks like 10 to me. Doug Oldham sings for us, His best is yet to come. Help us, because as you know, Heritage USA grows every year, and we believe His best is yet to come. Be a part of the future and what God's doing right now as well. Doug, sing it for us.
Is yet to come before this life is done. So hold on, we've just begun. His best is yet to come. His best is yet to come before this life is done. So hold on, we've just begun. His best is yet to come.
Well, I've seen the impossible come through before my eyes. Streams of God's rich sunlight broke through life's clouded skies. I've seen hopeless faces learn where the joy comes from, but it's only us which take home. His best is yet to come. His best is yet to come before this life is done. So hold on, we've just begun. His best is yet to come. 7 times when I've had to go clear out to the very edge before my answers came. But miracles still happen when we call upon His name. So whatever your trial, you don't have to run. Just let go of your yesterday. His best is yet to come. His best is yet to come before this life is done. So hold on, we've just begun. His best is yet to come.
I think PTL is important to America. I believe that Jim and Tammy and this PTL program going out not only across this country but around the world are playing a very significant part in our history as a people.
I thought about the total man, mind, body, and spirit, and you're trying to do something for all of it.
I just wish Walt Disney were able to come and see that Jim has replaced him.
I have thoroughly enjoyed PTL, Brother Jim and Brother Henry.
I hope everybody, race, creed, and color, watches the PTL because they hear the truth here.
God gave every man a vision. It's what Jim Baker has done with that vision.
The PTL TV network is carrying out a master plan for people that love.
Dr. Nichols and June.
Yes.
They got me in the hospital that you took over in Palmdale.
Yes.
And I owe you a lot.
This kind of show is very few and far between.
Thank God for a program called the PTL Club. Through it, I found Jesus Christ.
We really need, as Christians, as viewers, of this show, that we really need to pray for people like Jim Baker. As a friend of PTL, I'm helping a team of dedicated partners to win the world for Jesus Christ. Praise the Lord.
Well, the next time you think the Lord's forgotten you and that he doesn't have anything to say to you anymore, try the PTL. The Lord loves you.
I'm not leaving this place. I'm not leaving. I'm having too much fun.
Christian television is our greatest weapon that we have going against Satan.
To everyone who's watching PTL, God bless you all. May the Lord do great, wondrous things in your life.
We believe in the work PTL is doing for Jesus Christ throughout the world today.
Not many people have the opportunity to respond to the Great Commission, to go into all the world and preach the gospel to every nation.
Jesus just emanates in this place. It's beautiful. And it feeds me as I come here. It's absolutely thrilling to be here.
PTL says to millions and millions of people, come and see Jesus.
Love this show. Whatever said is the Word of God. Accept it for what it is.
I'm just honored to stand here and to lend what influence I have to a work that I believe is of God and is touching more lives around this world. Thank God for you.
Baby Charles, how you doing? I love you. God bless you. All right.
How I praise and thank God for Jim and Tammy, and I want to thank all of you who've supported this ministry.
Laurie and I feel that we are to encourage and strengthen and help ministries that extend Jesus Christ in the world, and that's what this ministry does.
Thank you. Jim and Tammy both, I love you with all my heart. I watch you so often, my goodness, I feel like I'm a part of your family.
May I say this to you with all sincerity?
Yes, sure.
That I have never been as astounded as I have been this evening in coming here to see this tremendous, wonderful work that you and your wonderful husband, Jim Baker, have done.
All the compassion that Jim and Tammy had, I felt from watching them on the tube, they had tenfold in person.
Yes, be a PTL partner. Join with what God has been doing, reaching out to millions of people around the world. Jesus is coming soon. He told us to get together and to be together and fellowship together and to stand together. Even more, he said, as you come close to the coming of the Lord Jesus Christ. It's not time to tear apart. It's time to build together. Jesus said his Father will judge. God will judge who should be separated. He will separate sheep and goats. He'll separate, but God said our job is to love. That's what our mission is. Our mission is love. That's God's mission challenge to us. To love God and to love our neighbor as ourselves. And we're asking you to stand with us, to reach out with love, to love people. You know, I think Tammy and Jim probably are most criticized for associating with people. People will say, you shouldn't have associated with that person. Why do you go minister to that person? Why are you there? We go everywhere. Tammy's in prison this week, ministering in the prison. We go out to the streets. We go to the movie stars and we go to the politicians. We just go wherever people want us. And we go sometimes where they don't want us. But we reach out with love to hurting people. I don't figure out if they're right or wrong or indifferent. I'm not to judge you. Did you know that? I have no business judging you. We all we're to judge is that we love you. And you're welcome here. You're welcome here. Everyone's welcome here. If they're a movie star or a street person, a drug addict, or the king of England, if they ever have a king again, or the queen. You know what I'm saying?
Well, Jim, you know, famous people hurt too, and a lot of people will look at us with disdain because we help some of the people who are, you know, very well known, but they hurt too, and sometimes they hurt more than anybody does.
Right.
And I think sometimes we forget about what they call the up and outers, you know, and we think they're only the people in the street need help. But we are living in a world that needs help. I don't care who you are. You're a human. If you're a human being, you need some help once in a while.
That's right. We're all in the boat together, and we feel that leaders in this country should be influenced for God. Don't you think so?
Amen.
And that's what we're trying to do. You know, if we can get people born again, you know, the head of Warner Brothers Films was here. And he said to us that, you know, they made the new motion picture, The Mission, which is a marvelous motion picture that everyone should see. And they also did Chariots of Fire and some of the other great movies. And he said if people, good people, will support good films, he said we will continue to give good motion pictures with good morality. Well, this man is a born-again Christian. He's a Catholic believer who really believes in Jesus Christ as his Savior. And he's there trying to do things anyway. But his company's not going to let him do these things if they can't make a dollar, because they'll go bankrupt. You understand? That's why we've got to support. We've got to pray that God will give us writers who will write scripts that are glorifying to God, that will do television, newscasters, that will honor God. We've got a school, the Heritage School of Evangelism. Our kids are everywhere in the media now. About 85-95% of all of our kids get jobs in the media somewhere that go to our school. And they're out there, and they're beginning to make a difference. Don't curse the darkness. Let's light some candles. Let's light some lights. Let's work together. And we're out to change the world one by one. This is a changing place. We prayed over Heritage USA. We pray over it every day. And we said, God, change lives of people that come here. And let them be changed by God. Last weekend, I won't tell you who was here, but you all would be shocked if you knew who stayed at the Heritage Grand this weekend. You know, we have people come here, and it's how many know the group that was in the Grand over the weekend? How many saw them here? Did anybody know? There's 5 or 6 here. I won't tell, never tell. One of the most famous groups in the whole world stayed at the Grand. And right now they're the rage of the age, and they stayed at the Grand. And you say, well, why did they stay at the Grand? Because we invited them to stay here, said come and stay here. And I gave each one of them a Bible. I even gave them one of these books. And this is a place for people to come and find the love of God. This is a place for your family. This is a place for the rich and the poor. This is a place for the famous and the infamous. This is just a place for whosoever will. See, our problem is we read the Bible and believed it. We believe that God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son. that whosoever will may come. And that's what it's all about. So please stand with us. And this 1100 Club membership is something for you and your family. You never know who's going to be in the room next to you when you come to this place. You just never know. This place is an exciting place to be. There's always surprises. Always surprises. Isn't that right, Doug? I mean, there's always... there's always... So you don't have a mic today? What is this? No mic day again today? All right. Well, anyhow, it's amazing what happens here. Tammy Sue, you got some pledges?
Yes. I have one from Houston, Texas, 1100 Club. I have another one from Charlotte, North Carolina, 1100 Club. I have another one from Hampton, Virginia, 1100 Club. Rock Hill, South Carolina, $15 a month. Cincinnati, Ohio, $15 a month. Lake George, New York, $15 a month. And St. Louis, Missouri, $15 a month.
All right. Jeff Park, what do you have coming in on the phones now?
Folks from around the country wanting to come down to farmland. The farm on Waycross, Georgia, $1,100 for the 1100 Club. Grand Blanc, Michigan, $1,100 for the 1100 Club. From Elverson, Pennsylvania, making monthly payments for the $1,100 Club. From Hanover, Pennsylvania, 1100 Club. And from Washington, D.C., $1,100 for the 1100 Club and $25 a month for a PTL partnership.
Boy, that is tremendous. That is tremendous. Vesta, what do you have?
Honey, I got a handful of the goodest things you ever heard in your life. Rockford, Illinois, $1,100 for the 1100 Club. From Livonia, Michigan, $1,100 for the 1100 Club. From Reynoldsburg, Ohio, $1,100 for the 1100 Club. Darling, they're believing you. From Park Forest, Illinois, $1,100 for the 1100 Club.
Tremendous.
Hallelujah,
Tremendous.
they want to be a member of the 1100 Club, darling. They are hearing all of the pretty things that are happening at PTL, and darling, they are happening.
Frank Gamble's at the bunkhouse right now. The bunkhouse has been completed. The furniture is all moved in. And we just have to put the televisions in and the full-length mirrors in honor of Tammy Faye. The bunkhouses will be completed. We hope to open the bunkhouse next Wednesday. Bunkhouse memberships will begin January 1st, so we have fairness for the whole year for all bunkhouse members, all family bunkhouse club members. We will be able to, starting January 1st, to take reservations throughout all of 1987, but the bunkhouses will open, God willing, on Wednesday. Roe Messner willing, God willing, the state willing, the county willing, and all of those people willing. We are done. All we got to do is we're putting the little touches on it now. Frank Gamble, are you there? I can't hear you.
You can't hear me.
There you are. I can hear you now.
Believe it or not, they're putting those televisions in the rooms right now. The furniture, almost all the furniture is in. The housekeeping people are cleaning up the floors. It's really looking good. It's shaping up around here. They're putting all the finishing touches on. They're almost completed. They have to stain the outside or wood preserve it, whichever they're going to do. And right now I'm out on the front porch of the bunkhouse, and you can get a great view. You can step out and see Kevin's house, which is behind me. On the other side is Lake Carolyn, and then all the beautiful outbuildings and the farmhouse up there at Farmland USA. People are getting involved, and right here's some pledges from Danville, New York, $15 a month, brand new partner. Here's one for $100 a month from the President's Club from Springfield, Missouri, from Venice, Florida, a new partner at $25 a month. A $15 a month pledge and a lifetime membership at $1,100 from Garland, Texas. Jim, it's happening.
We've got some beautiful sunny weather. We plan to begin to pave the final bits of sidewalks and roads over there. And so with this great sunshine we're having these days, we're going to be able to get the farm ready to go into. We're really excited. Frank, can we see a little bit more right there where you are from your camera? That's the farmhouse. Phase 1 of farmland is complete. It's just a little bit of landscaping and a few of
Why you get all your shots?
the paths there. Frank?
Lake Carolyn is right back over to my left. I don't know if you can see that or not. I think the sun is probably in a bad place to see a lot of the
Can your camera pan right or not? To your left? Just from where you're sitting there.
Mark.
This is several miles away from where we are right now. You can see the sidewalks into that area. There's the little bridge that goes across. We have sidewalks in all the way around the lake. And the farmhouse is to the right there. And
it's great that we've got these sidewalks in. There's already people walking around.
can your camera turn around and shoot down the bunkhouse so we can see the porch there behind you, in front of you there? What's that? That's it. There's the porch, and that particular porch, there, all that furniture. What is it? Somebody carrying something down the line? Is that a color television?
They're putting TVs in, and I don't know if you can see, but on the other side of the railing there, they're putting in the landscape. They're getting in the trees and all the shrubbery.
I can't see that.
It's really looking beautiful.
There's a stream that runs right by the bunkhouse there. And on the one side where you're standing, and it's just going to be beautiful. We're putting in shrubs and the chips and bark and all around there now, and we're getting ready to open the bunkhouse next Wednesday. We're going to cut ribbons, and everyone who stays in the room the first night will get a pair of scissors. It won't be gold, but we're going to spray them gold. We always spray them gold. Then we'll let you keep your scissors. Whoever are the first people to stay there, and you'll get a certificate that you were the very first person. So we're going to be opening, God willing, on Wednesday. Well, that's the bunkhouse. Now, the 1100 Club memberships will be gone faster than most of you are going to be able to talk about doing it. Trouble is, most people take so long to decide what to do, and in the 1100 Club, you get to stay 4 days and 3 nights, and you can choose that bunkhouse, and you can stay there every year the rest of your life. 4 days and 3 nights. We're building more bunkhouses for the 1100 Club members. They're at Farmland USA. The second bunkhouse, by the way, they're going up right now. The foundation's all in, the floor's in, and the walls will be going up this week. This is your 1100 Club clubhouse. 1100 Club mansion right next door to Kevin's house. It's a very, very beautiful place, and you have a big, huge living room in it there, and a tea house, a place to have snacks, just a place for you to be at Lake Carolyn there in Farmland USA. That is the 1100 Club members only clubhouse. And beautiful, beautiful, gorgeous rooms, hotel rooms there in the clubhouse. Then we have the Country Inn Farmhouse. You get to stay there if you choose, 4 days, 3 nights. So you can choose where you stay in these beautiful 2 double beds in each room, color television, the 2 sink areas, all the things just like we have in the Grand, only decorated in the country style. So we have the Country Inn Farmhouse, we have the 1100 Club Mansion House, and then we have bunkhouses for 1100 Club members throughout the 1 square miles of Farmland USA. And then if you say, I'm an avid camper, well, we have something wonderful for you exclusively for the 1100 Club people, Country Club Camping. Country Club Camping, and your clubhouse, the second clubhouse for the 1100 Club members, the Plantation House at Country Club Camping. It's in the country area, beautiful hiking trails, camping trails, horseback riding trails, valleys and hills, several lakes in the area, and the most beautiful campsites, paved sites, just total unbelievable, totally self-contained sites, sewer, water, electricity, high voltage for you with your big rigs, whirlpool out there for your arthritis or whatever, or bursitis, and just to make you feel better. The whirlpool tub out there, with the big swimming pool, jogging and fitness trail, a small amphitheater with fireside singing and sharing and ministry, recreation area. This beautiful first class, I will dare say there will not be a finer camping area in the world. I call it Country Club Camping because it's in the country and it's for the 1100 Club members exclusively. The Plantation House, a beautiful place. Bath houses like you've never seen before. Privacy stall areas there with commode and sink and bath facility right there. Privacy area, complete cubicle for you there in these bathhouses located in the country club camping clubhouse area. You have a big, huge sitting room, club room there for all of you that belong to the 1100 Club and are going to be staying there at the country club camping. If you want 1100 Club membership, you need to get on the phone right now. Call right now. Somebody's doing it. I hear the phone ringing. 1-704-554-6000. You're going to wait until it's too late. The memberships are moving faster than any lifetime we've ever had before. I thought the farmland went fast. It's gone. It's closed. I thought the towers went unbelievable, especially at the end. This is going faster than anything we've ever done, and people have caught a hold of it. They realize it's the best thing we've ever offered. It's beyond anything if you really realize what we're offering here. And all the benefits of the 1100 Club, when you register, and you and your family, if it's Mr. and Mrs. John Brown, either Mrs. Brown or Mr. Brown must be here, but when you come, for instance, to the bunkhouse, you can have 6 people sleeping there in the bunkhouse. In your camper, that's how many, up to you. But who's ever with you, as you register, you will receive 1100 Club Pass card. It's got a string on it, so if your children want to hook that on their buttons, or you want to put it on, you can walk up. You don't have to stand in lines for tickets. You walk up to the 1100 Club benefit areas. You go to the water park, the Heritage Island, for instance, and you just walk in because you have your pass card there. So those tickets are $10 each. So if you got 6 in your party, that's $60 worth of tickets every day while you're here. If you're here 4 days, that's $240.
Welcome to Mount Olive Pickle Company.
What the retail is and what the vendor is paying.
In 1993, there were 9. Legs the Frog, Squealer the Pig, Cubby the Bear, Flash the Dolphin, Splash the Whale, Patty the Platypus, Chocolate the Moose, Spot the Dog, Pinchers the Lobster. Joined together, they form the beginning of something really big, mysterious, and fun. H. Ty Warner established Ty Incorporated in 1986. A successful global company, they had a beautiful line of stuffed animals, including annual collectible bears. In 1993, Ty Warner came up with an idea to introduce a high-quality but low-price stuffed animal kids could afford and adults would enjoy helping them to collect. The first 9 Beanie Babies were born, designed to be fun, posable characters. Limited availability from the beginning created even a bigger demand. Since Beanie Babies retailed for $4.99 at most stores, by 1995, many people had started to have a good-sized collection. These collectors spread the word. The fever had begun. Lines formed. Beanies were in the news.
WBBO Talk Radio, hotter than Cabbage Patch Dolls, Smurfs, hula hoops, and pet rocks ever hoped to be, Beanie Babies are in the news today. A Hallmark store in Columbus, Ohio had over 500 people waiting in a line over 2 blocks long starting this morning at 5 a.m. The store opened at 10, and even though there was a limit of 3 Beanie Babies per customer, by noon they were sold out. Unfortunately, over 200 people were still in line, and they were upset, but the owner promised more Beanie Babies would be in by next week. I imagine they'll probably start lining up sometime soon. Unbelievable.
Ty opened a website. For many people, the hunt to complete and expand their collection became a quest. Lists in hand were the norm. Specific Beanie Babies became standard gifts. Beanie moms and dads began searching for working friends and buying multiples for others that couldn't leave work to find beanies. More people searched the net. Even custom software was invented so people could keep track of their collections. A massive secondary market was created internationally. And with every new retirement of Beanie Babies, values soared. Entrepreneurs came out of the woodwork.
Hey, you beaners out there in Beanie Land, this is the Beanie King. Hey, you looking for Garcia?
We got it!
Looking for the weenie?
We got it!
Looking for the 3 bunnies?
We got it!
Call the 800 number at the bottom of your screen. We buy, sell, or trade beanies 24 hours a day. That's right, or you can email your request. We got all those hard-to-find beanies you've been looking for. And remember to pick up a mini dome tent at your favorite gift store. The Beanie King makes them and wants you to have one. Beanie Babies, we got them!
Visit the Beanie King at the Ohio State Fair. A royal blue peanut purchased for $4.99 in 1993 was now worth over $5,000. In April of '97, McDonald's began a kids' meal campaign with an exclusive line of 10 miniature Beanie Babies made by Ty Incorporated called Teeny Beanies. The popularity of Beanie Beanies was incredible. Beanie Babies were in the news again.
WCFT News Time is 2:03. McDonald's better call the Ronald Police, for today McDonald's announced they'd have to cut short their Kids Meal Teeny Beanie campaign due to the simple fact that they're out. McDonald's has been overwhelmed by the demand for the miniature Beanie Babies produced by Ty Incorporated exclusively for McDonald's. The set of 10 Beanie Babies has been sought after by Beanie Baby collectors, grandparents, and kids and people of all ages. People have been said to have been driving from one McDonald's after another in their quest to complete the set of 10. What do you suppose they're doing with all those hamburgers?
Everybody loved Teeny Beanies. In just 2 weeks, 100 million Teeny Beanies were gone. A set of 10 picked up for free is now worth $170. The McDonald's Teeny Beanie campaign made thousands more aware of Beanie Babies and helped catapult Beanie Babies to the status of the world's most desirable and successful collectible in history. Ty Beanie Babies have also become a popular item to use for charity and nonprofit fundraisers. Groups of all sizes have joined with TV and radio stations on their efforts.
This morning on KFRD, we're happy to be a part of a great fundraiser.
for the Old Murphy's Homeless Shelter. If you'd like to have a chance to buy the rare Princess Di Beanie Baby, you can register your silent auction bid by giving a call at 888-623-3000. Once again, that was 888-623-3000. By the way, the last bid we received was for $2,500. Thank you very much. The Princess Di Beanie Baby will be sold to the highest bidder this Friday at 8 a.m. So give us a call.
Another positive note of this young and exciting history are the hundreds of new businesses created from the popularity of Beanie Babies. Clothes, furniture, tag protectors, display cases, magazines, and even beanie trees are part of the growing list. From the first 9 to the Princess Bear, Erin, or Britannia, the hunt is on, and collectors from 2 to 82. Kids, grandparents, young couples, moms and dads are all being brought together in their search for Beanie Babies. It's a very happy affair. From all of them, we'd like to say, thanks, Ty Warner. Your success is well deserved.
Hi, I'm Steve Canton, producer and host of the Beanie Lover video. I hope you enjoyed the history of Beanie Babies. Now, we're going to take you on an adventure that you've never been on before. We're going to the Beanie Lover Convention, to Rosie Wells' Midwest Collectors Show. We're going to talk to you about the art of buy, sell, and trade, show you how to spot counterfeits, and take you to a seminar on tag generations. It's going to be a lot of fun. Let's start with the art of buy, sell, and trade. Let's talk about the art of buy, sell, and trade. Isn't that something that's very important to every Beanie Baby collector? Sure it is. And what's the best way to go about buy, sell, trade? First of all, check the internet. Learn about Beanie Babies. If you don't have a computer, read a book. Buy a video. Hey, there's an idea. You'll learn about beanies in a lot of different ways. You can also learn about beanies by talking to other beanie people, talking to reputable dealers, going to a Beanie Baby show, and dealing with people that are at the vendor tables. Let's talk about Beanie Baby shows. Going to a Beanie Baby show is a lot of fun. But when you get there, one of the things that you definitely shouldn't do is start trading in the middle of the show with other people that came to the show. First of all, this is bad Beanie Baby etiquette. That's right, Beanie Baby etiquette. There is such a thing. Vendors will get very upset. They paid $50 for their table. They paid for advertising. The promoter paid for people to come in to trade with the vendors. If you start trading amongst each other, first of all, you're not trading with someone that you can usually get a phone number from or locate easily. Now let's talk about secondary dealers at stores. When you go to a store, don't park out in front of the store and wait for other people to come up to deal with you. That's just not nice. And let's be nice in this Beanie Baby world that we live in. And you'll get the best deal possible because you'll get a good reputation with the dealers. In the art of buy, sell, and trade, how do you know your righty from your lefty? If you know the prices that are current for the week that you're trading, you're going to be able to sit back and relax. That's right. Just check the Beanie Mom website if you have a computer. The prices are listed every week on what beanies are going for. Or you can subscribe to a weekly or buy a magazine. But stay updated with the prices. You need to know the prices to trade, buy, or sell correctly. Another important factor when you buy, sell, and trade beanies is to be informed. The more names you know and the more you know about beanies, the better off you'll be. Vendors appreciate the fact that you've studied the Beanie Babies. This is Liberté, not Liberty. This is the Princess Di Bear, of course. When you know the names and you correctly pronounce them, you're going to be treated with royalty. So when I'm trading with a vendor, how do I know what to get for Bucky? Well, what you want to do is know what the retail is and what the vendor is paying. The vendor will usually give you his wholesale price for Bucky against any retail price that he's selling for. This is a fair trade. I know you'll say, well, wait a minute, he's making something on this deal. Right, he is. And he's not going to sell you a beanie without making some profit. But if you've purchased Bucky a long time ago for $5 and you're selling Bucky for $40, do you really care if that vendor sells Bucky for $60? As long as you're getting a credit that makes you a profit and the vendor a profit, you should be happy. Learn to trade win-win, and you'll be happy, and you'll get the beanies you're looking for. Now we're going someplace where not very many people have been. We were at the Midwest Collectors Show, Rosie Wells' Midwest Collectors Show. And we stopped at the hotel the night before and were granted permission to visit the rooms where all the big dealers were trading. You're going to have fun on this journey. Let's go. Here we are at the Clubhouse Inn, right before the Rosie Wells Midwest Collectibles Show, talking with Rick Howe, and we have some very special beanies here that Rick's going to tell us about. Rick, what makes these beanies different from other beanies, and tell us about the value.
Okay, what these are is they're out of Broadway shows. This is the Ragtime Curlies, and it'll have a special ribbon on it that says Ragtime on it for the musical that was called Ragtime. Over here you got Phantom of the Opera, which has bongo, maples, velvet, and peanut, and on the tag it says the Phantom of the Opera. In the middle there you got Candidates, same with the ribbons, they'll say Candidates on them. The Joseph 4 set of Garcia, Peace, Inch, and Fleece, and then you got Showboat on the end there, and they have also Showboat written on the tag with Goldie, Scoops, and Peace.
Now, do you sell the program with the set?
Yeah, we sell it all as a set. Okay. If the set's not complete, it's not worth as much, so you got to make sure to have the whole set with the program.
So the Cubby beanie that was sold at the Chicago games, what's different about these?
Well, these are all brought out from shows, and the shows themselves sponsor it. It has no ties with Ty themselves. The shows put it on themselves.
Oh, I see. So they go out and they buy them from the secondary market.
Right.
And make up the ribbons and put this whole promotion together to help ticket sales?
Yeah. Help ticket sales and everything. And if you notice on all the Twish tags, they're all Canadian Twish tags on them.
So what do you think causes that to happen?
Well, I think they buy them on the secondary market over Canada or whatever and then put them together for the shows.
I see. Was it pretty successful for them?
Yes, it brings in a lot more money for the shows.
Are they able to raise the price of the ticket?
I think so.
Give me an example of what does the Phantom of the Opera set sell for right now?
Phantom of the Opera, the 4-piece set with the book, is going for $1,200.
$1,200. Well, and what did they pay for it when they bought a ticket?
My dad and stepmom paid for it, and my wife bought it through them, so I think they might have. I have no idea what they paid for it.
What do you think the original, can you give us an idea what the original ticket was?
The original ticket, I think, for the Phantom of the Opera, they paid $85 for the ticket.
That came with the beanies?
No, that wouldn't have came with the beanies, because you couldn't get a maple for $85 this day. I'd say for the whole set, they might have paid around $400 for the...
$400, I see. What about the Ragtime musical here?
This Ragtime set goes for around $1,000 right now. Originally, I think we paid almost $650 for them.
Okay, and what about at the
at the event itself?
At the show, I think they were going for, I think, around $350, $325, $350.
For the ticket and the beanies?
Ticket and the beanies.
And includes the program?
Right.
I see. Well, that's certainly an interesting aspect of the beanie world that we live in here.
Yes, it is.
Great. Well, we wish you a lot of luck.
Okay, thank you.
Basically, what would you take on this one of each?
Well, total price for all of them, where I got them marked, is $44. I'll go $4,200 on the whole set.
So $200.
That's with programs, everything.
Okay, I'm going to consider it. I'm not going to commit right now, but I mean, it seems $200 off. For me, it's kind of not a lot of room for me to resell it.
Elaine, I see that you have a lot of tag savers here. Do you do big business in tag savers?
Well, this is the difference whether you have a tag saver on it or not. If you have your tag right here and you don't put a tag protector on, like this little guy, the end of it's nicked up, he would be about $2,200. Since this is nicked up, we're probably going to have to go $18 on it.
So you lost $400 for not having
yeah,
a 10-cent tag.
Right, and if it were creased, even worse, a very creased tag takes half the value away from your beanie. So, you know, to spend $13.99 and get 100 of them, it's a good investment.
That's why the rare beanies over here in these cases, and you sell a lot of these cases too?
Yeah. Oh yeah,
the wall of cases here. Wall of cases.
About 10,000 a month.
About 10,000 a month they go through. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
How many of these tag protectors do you go through a month?
He would know more
How
on the
many?
count, but we go through cases.
Cases, tag protectors or cases?
There's a tag protector.
Tag protectors, shoot, we go through probably about, yeah, because it's 50 bags.
You know, I
it's
could
not
probably go
perfect.
50 bags a day, and how many in a bag? 5,000. There's 100 here, so that's 5,000 a day? 5,000 a day. Okay, that's
I'll give you 19 for this.
150,000 a month.
One of these in there.
I can't
That's a
do
lot of
that.
tag protectors.
18.
Let's see, we said 18 on this. 19, 20.
What can you give me on this then? I've got to go with the 2 and I'm out of here.
Okay. 2,000 altogether.
Right,
And that's good. This little guy's going to appreciate it very well for you.
I am.
18 and 2.
What do you think you're going to get on that?
Yeah, it's not doing me anything though. How about 1950?
We'll go 1975. And that's a deal. This is a nice.
1975?
You know what? We got people calling.
And this is a very nice tag. I mean, it's got a little nick on the end. That's it.
And then I got to get some of these.
Okay.
So I'm going to throw these in?
No, I
2?
can't throw them in.
Okay, well, let's charge them 2. That.
One second.
I missed the contest, but congrats to all bakers.
Filming for?
Buy a 40-pound bucket of pickle pie for $129.99.
Video.
He's checking it out.
So you're checking his eyes?
Knowing if there's smoke.
Right.
Gotta check him for that
Some
smoke.
people like, I mean, if they smell like smoke, they'll return them to us.
Right.
I mean, this is how I break it down. I mean, this piece alone, we sell with, if it had a mint tag. I mean, I've sold these as high as $3,500 for this one here without a tag. I mean, with a tag. Without a tag, I usually do half off. They're charging $1,100 for it. I mean, there's $500 for me in this piece right now without a tag. So this is a problem. This one here, I see less of these than these here. I mean, this one here is like extremely rare. This is almost as rare as a brown Old Face. Not as rare, but it's almost as rare. And I mean, I sold a brown Old Face Teddy with no tag for $2,000 last week. A brown with no tag. So I'm going to buy this one. This is the one I'll buy for $1,100 because I know there's, for me as a reseller, I've got room in this one to make, you know, $300, $400, $500. So this is the one. I mean, this is the one I'll take, right here.
So one down and 50 to go.
What was the offer?
I offered like $4,000 for them. I don't know.
I'll go 41.
41.
4,100 for all the ragtime?
No, for the whole complete set of everything.
Whole complete set.
Would you take 5,000 for all those and this? Take that. That.
No.
No. All right, I'll take the sets at that. We'll go with that then.
Okay.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 12. There's 5. You want to count that?
Huh?
You got 5 there? And what was it, 50?
52.
1, 2.
Okay.
There you go.
Not good.
All right. Thanks. All right.
What beanie do we have there? Which one?
What is that? Tell him what that is.
This one's the New Face Violet Teddy and second generation hang tag. It's a real pretty piece.
And what are we trying to get for that?
This one's 2,200.
2,200
for Don because he has to make he's got to make more money.
I thought it was 10,000. Now, how much is this one?
That one is for you 4.
4. Tag is a rough one. And how much you asking for this?
4.
4,000 for this.
So you Beanie Mom just changed. They went 4 to 48 on Derby and 4 to 47 on Brownie, or vice versa, one or the other, I can't remember. Because I was flying out at 7 o'clock this morning. I stayed at Beanie Mom till 2 o'clock last night. 5:30 this morning, still hadn't changed it, so they must not have done it
because
till
I printed this last night about midnight.
Yeah.
So like how often do the prices change? I mean, like, are we talking every hour here?
No,
Is
but
there a ticker tape going somewhere?
they were doing them after the shows on weekends, but for collectors and dealers, it was more helpful. Now they're changing the prices on Thursday nights if there's been any change in the market.
What's the worst purchase you ever made on a beanie?
I don't think I've ever made a bad purchase.
10,000. You don't think
the prices have raised so drastically that we've always been able to get out of them, even though the many bad buys that I did buy.
Okay.
So the market is really, really strong. So.
Great. Who do you find as your regular buyer? How do you? Who would that be? Is it everybody or anybody?
Everybody, from doctors, lawyers, just regular white collar, blue collar workers, and they all want Beanie Babies. So it's
any age group?
Yeah, a lot of I'd say older adults. I'm middle age.
Garcia the bear. The beanies used to follow him around because Garcia traveled from town to town. He's pretty popular, as you can see. Some even say he's legendary. Lucy the Bear. I am called Liberty. I wear the flag for all to see. Hope and freedom is my way. That's where I wear Flag USA.
Here we are at Rosie Wells' Midwest Collectors Show, and I'm happy to say I'm here with Peggy Gallagher from Burr Ridge, Illinois. There's so much about this lady that I have to put it on this big sheet here. You know, you've been on the Today Show on NBC. You've been featured in Beanie World magazine, the Stephen John Show on WGN. You were telling me it gets the highest ratings in town?
Yes, when it's a Beanie Show.
When it's a Beanie Show, well, why not? You wrote the first Beanie Baby book ever published, The Beanie Baby Phenomena, and I want to get an autograph. I want to get an autograph after this is over here. Published 2 price lists. We have them right here. One for winter 97, 98, and one for spring 98 right there. You wrote for Rosie Wells Collector Bulletin. You have articles on the Beanie Mom website, guest speaker for the Minnesota Zoo. Your website, www.beaniephenomena, that's a hard one to spell, .com. 86 pages, 50,000 hits since November of 97. Presently working on volume 2 of the Beanie Baby Phenomena. When do you sleep?
I don't sleep. I just don't sleep. I don't have time to.
And what do people call you for, Peggy? I mean, you know, I know that you're renowned worldwide for your expertise on beanies. And why don't you tell us a little bit about what people do when they call Peggy Gallagher?
Okay, one of the greatest things, I began an authenticating business for people because there are some copies and counterfeits. So I started this new venture, and it's on the website, and people fill out an authenticity form.
Is this one of them right here?
That's it.
Well, here's the certificate of authenticity right here, right?
Correct.
And this is what people need nowadays, isn't it?
Well, it's a good idea if they're buying an expensive beanie, because some of these are very rare, and there are so many counterfeits out there. It just is a very secure way to, especially buying or selling on the internet itself.
And what do we have here?
Okay, that is the Cranberry Old Face Bear with the 2nd generation tag.
Yes.
And he is authentic.
He is. And okay, Peggy, why don't you tell me a little bit about your special case here that you put the beanies in?
Okay, when they send me the authenticity form with their beanie filled out, I examine the Beanie Baby to make sure that it is an authentic Beanie Baby and an authentic tie tag. Then I put him in this enclosed container with this tape on here, and the Beanie Baby is numbered, and I keep records of who buys it and, you know, when they bought it. And then I put this evident tape on there so that if they're trying to sell it, they know that this case has not been tampered with and the original beanie was put in there.
And this is a little bit better than a medicine bottle, because if you see over here, you see right there, it says Peggy Gallagher, and then you look over here, and we'll pull this off. And this is what happens. Boy, right there. Isn't that great? Tell you what, I feel like we should have an audience here applauding. Don't you?
Wow!
It really is great. But that makes sure that people know that they have an authentic beanie. I'm not going to let you get away just yet here, you know. We have some information that I think they need out there in video land about tags.
Tag generations.
Tag generations.
Tag generations are very important.
And magically, these beanies have appeared. So that's what happens in video land. So I'm going to let you take over from there. And,
it'd be a pleasure, sir.
Go at it.
So the importance of tag generations is collectability. For instance, a 4th generation Bessie today, retired Bessie, is worth about $60. You go out in the room, you'll find it from $50 to $75. Same Beanie Baby, 3rd generation tag, $200. Find some of those mispriced out there. So know your tag generations. You do the talking here,
These are nice placards, by the way.
Well, thank you.
All right, what you see here is the 1st generation tie tag. This is the first tag that the Beanie Babies were distributed with. This is a single tag. It does not open like a book. On the back is the printing. This is Puncher's, the very rare well, he's Pincher's too, but this was one of the first 9 Beanie Babies that came out. in kind of a bad condition, but this is very, very rare. Instead of pinchers, it says punchers. And then they also talk about the tush tag, which is a white tag with black ink. This was the first tush tag, and it shows the years, 93, 94, and 95. Then we'll go to the second.
So Peggy, hold on a second. When you said single tag, you mean as opposed to a book tag like that?
As opposed to a book
so it's
type
one
of tag.
piece, it's not folded over.
It's a single tag, correct.
And that was only for the first generation,
First
right?
generation, and those tags are very, very valuable. Paul is getting the second generation tag. All right, this has the same font as the first generation that we saw on punchers, except this is the open book type of a tag. This is a German tag, so the writing on the inside is not the same as this to from, which this is a variation in tags. This is a different type of tag, but it's also a correct tag. This side over here says Thai Deutschland, whereas most of the Beanie Babies that were distributed from this country, they look like this. The Beanie Baby collection, it tells you about how they were handmade. And then the tush tag on this will also be this black and white ink, and there are also some with the red tush tag, but they don't have the name on them. Peanut the Elephant came that way, the dark blue. So this tag now is being retired, but they still did come out with this tag, and then they came out with this red tag.
There was some talk a while ago about anything with a clear
they come
attachment.
They come in both clear and the red.
So just because it's a clear
right.
attachment doesn't mean that it's counterfeit.
Correct.
Thanks.
That was a good point to point out. Because some people do get that confused, and they think that if theirs isn't red or if it's the clear plastic, it's different. All right, now we're moving into the third generation, which is very, very different from the first or the second, because here is the difference in the font, the Thai font. This one also comes in the booklet, and when you open it up, it has to from, spooky. This is a spook, and some of the spook and spooky say designed by Jenna Boldebuck, which is kind of unusual to have that on this tag, so this will probably be more valuable because a lot of the spooks and spookies don't even have that on there. And then the tush tag, these also, even though this is a third generation Thai tag, they also have the beanies with this first generation tush tag. But now also they come with a third generation tush tag, which is in red with the beanie's name on it, with the heart.
So third generation is bubble letter.
It's a bubble letter opposed to this smaller font that the first and second had. Now Thai got very creative here. This is when he came out with his original Beanie Baby Thai tag. It also has the larger font opposed to the real tiny. And then if you open it up, it has the birth date, the style number. This is when they came out with the poem. These came out in mid-1996, and Liberty was the first Beanie Baby that came out with this poem tag. And then you look at the tush tag, it also has the red, but now they've added this little star. And this would be the fourth generation tush tag. The heart with the name and the star.
And a couple things to note here about fourth generation, because the new tag, fifth generation. Fourth generation has an I that's a one-line I, not like a capital I with a top and a bottom to it, which will show you when you get to fifth. And fourth generation also had the birth date number.
Numbers instead of written out, the month.
So fourth generation, bubble letters. There's no longer any gold around it like the third generation, like Spook has. Gold around the TY.
Here is the brand new fifth generation. All right, this one is basically the same as the fourth on the exterior, but it still has a little bit fancier font to it. And then when you open it up, you can see that, like he said, the date of the birth has October written out instead of having the numeral 10. And the font is totally different. It looks kind of cute compared to the old-fashioned way. And another thing, they've changed the address of their Thai Europe distributor in England. So the date's going to be different, so don't get upset about that. And the style number on this tag is now in the barcode, so it would be the last 4 digits. The other tags, the style number is written right in there, style number 4090. Whereas now, Ty doesn't have that style number in there. It just has his little name, and then on the back, in the barcode, it has his style number.
A couple other things that happened between 4th and 5th. We put them here beside each other. It's might be easier to see. So the I in original Beanie Baby is different. 5th generation, it's got those horizontal lines top and bottom, and the date of birth on the inside.
Oh, one more thing about the new tags. On a couple of the rabbits, they have a misspelling with original, and the collectors are going absolutely crazy over that. It's a double I.
Yeah.
So depending on how long it takes for Ty to correct the error, that is going to be a hot tag.
So that was that's not a counterfeit.
No, that is not a counterfeit.
That's a mistake that happened, got out into the marketplace, and it's now a valued collectible.
Correct.
Digging in the sand and walking sideways. That's how Digger spends her day. Hard on the outside, but sweet in the inside. Basking in the sun, riding the tide.
Flash the Dolphin. You know that dolphins are the smartest breed. Well, Flash the Dolphin knows how to read. She's teaching her friend Splash to read too. So maybe one day they could both read to you. The orca whale. Maybe it's because she sprained a limb, but Splash never learned how to swim. I'm sure Splash is happy that you caught her. Just be careful not to leave her underwater. Raider of the Beck. Raider of the Beck flies late at night. He can soar to amazing height. If you see something as high as a star, take a good look, it might be radar.
Seymour the seal. Seymour is the little white seal. Fish and clams are her favorite meal. Playing and laughing in the sand, she's the happiest seal in the land.
Well, now I'm lucky to be here with Rosie Wells. Rosie Wells is the person in charge, the innovator, the inventor of the Rosie Wells Midwest Collectors Club. This is your show. How do you get to be Rosie Wells? How do you get to be the author of all of these fabulous books? A person that's renowned in the collectors industry.
Well, yes, I know what you mean. Well,
How
first
do you
of
get to
all,
be Rosie
you
Wells?
had better be a collector. 16 years ago, I started a little newsletter for our Precious Moment collectors. And my husband and I got started with cattle, first of all. And so we did a cattle magazine. Well, we knew how to do a little newspaper. So we got into Precious Moments, and I said, Dave noticed the checkbook kept going, doo-doo-doo, and he said, you got to get a job, got to get another job. So that's how it all started. I said, well, I'll write a little newsletter on this. You know, maybe I can get 20 or 30 people, and then that money will help pay for all these hundreds of figurines that I'm buying.
And that led to?
That led to the Precious Collectibles magazine. Back in February of little it was 8 pages. That's all I knew.
8 pages, and what is it now?
Well, we've got 140-some pages.
140-some
right.
pages.
It's just
A little increase there.
me sitting at the kitchen table, and David telling me I had to get a computer, which scared me to death. Today we have 55 employees.
And of course, what's
my.
biggest today
Is Beanie Babies.
is Beanie Babies.
Oh, it's something else. A couple of years ago, in our area, Southern Illinois, no one knew what Beanie Babies were.
And now they do because of your books.
Had a big help, I think. I would advertise everywhere. Beanie Babies, come into our store. People would come into our store and say, I come in to see what Beanie Babies were. Had no idea. 2 years ago, that was in 1996. Well, today, you don't have to advertise what Beanie Babies are because everybody collects Beanie Babies. Every age, everybody's collecting Beanie
How many
Babies.
vendors here at your Midwest Collector Show are selling Beanie Babies?
Aren't they all? What happened today and with all the other collectibles, even though people are still collecting the figurines and the ornaments, there is that craze for the Beanie Babies, and probably on everybody's table, almost everybody, there's Beanie Babies, they're selling Beanie Babies as well as their Precious Moments or their Hallmark. Now what's happened here is some collectibles have, well, some of them are like 10, 15 years old. The hype is gone because the scarcity is not out there. Everywhere you can find what they're collecting. They're also a little high in price on some things, you know. And Beanie Babies came on the scene. They were affordable, they had quality, and everybody was wanting Beanie Babies.
And because it's affordable, it makes it so
Right.
it ranges from 2 to 82. So Rosie, let's talk about Beanie Babies and how they got involved in your publication.
We were the first to publish Beanie Babies on the cover of a national magazine. And today that magazine is between $25 and $30. And that was about,
So
almost
the
a
collector's
year ago.
magazine is a collector item itself.
Yes, sir. And you'll find that a lot of publications and anything that's got beanies with them, articles in your newspapers, they're collectible. So we're real proud to be the first to put it on, and when it went to the Thai company, I think they were really excited to see their Beanie Babies on a national cover. And of course, this is our second beanie price guide that we've done. Last year we did our first price guide for Beanie Babies.
I'm gonna be your little Vanna.
All righty.
Holding it up.
And we do all over the United States. We gather prices of what things are selling for. We average prices, and we also project for a few months in our guides what these are going to be doing on secondary market. Now, this is great to insure your pieces. You want to insure your collection of beanies because there's sometimes you have fire, and never insure your beanies for what you paid for them.
I'm going to ask you a question here. This is the Thai tag. How'd you do it?
Right. Well, let's just say it's been approved. It's fine. We got an okay to go ahead and do that. And a lot of people are buying the guide just to set this in their collection. That red heart tag does it all.
It sure is gorgeous.
Right.
And inside the book is just as gorgeous. You have some computer animation here, along with with all the different Beanie Babies. Like here's Allie, and he's actually out there in the swamp.
Oh yeah, we've got them all in their own little habitat.
Yeah, that's pretty neat. And
we even got Wiener on a hot dog bun.
No, come on. No, you don't.
Wienie's on a hot dog bun.
Now, let me
right
see
there
here.
he is.
No, you got to.
It's all done alphabetically
you gotta
here
be
now.
kidding me, Rosie. You didn't really do that.
Oh
did you?
yeah, I did. Yep, there he is.
There you go, folks. Weenie is on a hot dog bun.
Plain, no mustard ketchup.
You wouldn't want to do that to your beanie. No, no.
But we have discussed the different tags, the generation tags, and we've given each generation tag a secondary market value that easier to insure. People like to keep track of what they're doing and what they have. But I really feel the Thai company has a hold, a touch, what a lot of companies don't, on how to treat a collectible. They just know how to produce the right thing at the right time, or withhold something at the right time. When there's starting to be an abundance, then they slow up, don't do the production, you know. That's great, and it keeps the collectible alive. You don't have a saturation.
It keeps the secondary market
right
healthy.
There has to be a secondary market to have a collectible, period.
Yes, that's, I would say that
Right.
That's a statement that goes without question.
Sometimes they'll say, oh, isn't it a shame? Look how high those are, you know. I'll never be able to get one. Well, yes, eventually you'll be able to get one, but you're going to be able to have Beanie Babies for a long time because all the people that are excited. I've never seen anything like this in my life in collectibles in the past 16 years. Even back when I collected bubblegum, they didn't do this.
Rosie
Okay.
Raines.
Right, here's also something else, a weekly. Who would be so crazy to do a weekly? Well,
Well, I think I'm
yeah,
sitting next to somebody.
we do a weekly, and right here on the front page is all about Beanie Babies. Did you know that Ty's going to be promoting Major League Baseball games with spatial different beanies on different days? Look
Let's
here.
read a little bit about
Well, Chicago
about it.
Cubs on May 3rd, Daisy the Cow's going to be there
And
for the 10,000 kids. New York Yankees, May 7th, is going to have Valentino the Bear.
Valentino the Bear.
Right. St. Louis Cardinals will be on May 22nd.
Stretch the ostrich.
Yep. Kansas City Royals. See, and that's, you might not even know that if you didn't get this weekly.
Well, I tell you,
Everything,
I think
yeah.
any beanie
Yeah.
person needs this weekly. You know, it was interesting to me, Rosie, that you said that you started with bubble gum. Started with collecting bubble gum, and you get the wrappers and everything like that. And it kind of made me reflect on this beanie thing. You know, I mean, I see kids at these swap meets, and they're running the tables.
Yes, I know.
They're little business people.
Trying to wheel and deal with it. The great thing about this is that these kids are collecting Beanie Babies now. They may be collecting Beanie Babies in 50 years from now, too. But they're the collectors of tomorrow. They're going to be our leaders in collecting the different collectibles. They're going to know what to look for, how to look for it. But it's just a new entrepreneurism for kids. 14, 15 years, it's nothing for them to have big businesses on the internet.
Yeah,
You know,
and it's so neat. They get to use the computer.
Oh,
you know?
yes. There's no stopping as to who collects Beanie Babies. Baseball players, doctors, lawyers, nurses, housewives, grandpas.
Yeah,
My mom's 86 and she's got her collection.
She's got her collection?
Right.
I was at a charity auction the other day, which is another good thing I want to say about beanies. I think more money has been raised for charities in the last few years with Princess Di auctions, with different charity auctions. I know that a lot of Hallmark dealers who have never been involved with raising monies for charities have taken this opportunity to raise money for charities. And charities have been able to get people really excited. How many times can you auction off that TV? You know, how many times can you get people excited about a TV? But you can get people excited about a Beanie Baby because everybody wants the collectible. And I was working at a charity auction, and I do that. You know, let me see here. Let me see this watch here. How long get $1, $2, $3, $4, you do the yeah. I say yep. Oh, okay. Okay. But I was doing that, and what happened was this 12-year-old girl was handing me the beanies. And she had been trading on the internet, and she was making $1,000 a week on the internet, and her mother was taking that money and putting it into her college fund. This girl is going to send herself through college with Beanie Babies.
Right.
So it's just a fabulous thing in a capitalistic society to train kids when they're young.
Well, so many people have come up with products. You know, the hang tags for the protectors, different display cases. Oh,
Yeah, see all sorts of
little barns, little houses, you name it, clothes, everything for Beanie Babies.
books.
Oh yeah,
a
you
lot
gotta
of
have
people
books.
have done books.
Yeah, you gotta get books. Yeah.
You gotta get those books, and I think I tell you, your books are wonderful. Your weekly Collector's Gazette. It looks like a winner. You know, looks like you keep hitting home runs.
Yep. Remember our website, www.rosiewells.com.
Okay. Remember. Thank you, Rosie.
All right.
Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure.
Same here.
Doodle the rooster. Listen closely to cock-a-doodle-doo. What the rooster's saying to you, hurry, wake up, sleepyhead. We have lots to do. Get out of bed.
Bessie the cow likes to dance and sing because music is her favorite thing. Every night when you are counting sheep, so sing a song to help you sleep.
Tabasco the bull. Although Tabasco is not so tall, he loves to play basketball. He has a star player in his dream. Can you guess his favorite team?
Hoot Meow.
Late to bed, late to rise. Nevertheless, who's quite wise? Studies by candlelight, nothing new. Like a president, do you know who?
Sparky the Dalmatian. Sparky rides proud on the fire truck, ringing the bell and pushing his luck. He gets underfoot, and when trying to help, he often gets stepped on and lets out a yelp.
Sprint. C-Spot sprint, C-Spot run. You and Spot will have lots of fun. Watch out now because he's not slow. Just stand back and watch him go.
Boy, I feel lucky today. I feel lucky. I'm here with Sarah Nelson, the Beanie Mom. You know, no one knows who the Beanie Mom is, and I get to sit here with you and talk to you about that big website, that big website in the sky. All those, how many hits do you get?
Quite a few, about 350,000 a day.
350,000 a day. Do you answer them all personally?
I try to. I try to answer all the emails. I do get a lot.
And so how many people do you have involved with your site?
I have, I publish the website all by myself. I have a number of people that work with me, though.
Okay.
I have the Beckys who do the price guide and a lot of the information. I have Vicki who does the oddities and the net news. Peggy writes articles for me. It's a lot of fun. The most popular sections are the price guide. People go by that for the retired prices. The collector's corner, which is buying, selling, trading, which is also very big on the internet. A lot of activity in that section. Another section that's growing quite a bit is the swap meets. As you can see, beanie shows are very big, and they're going up all over the country. So I post swaps in all the different countries.
How many beanie swap meets are happening on a weekly basis that are posted on your site?
On Thursday, I posted 100 swaps, and on Friday, I posted 100 swaps before I left. So that's
just for the week?
No, that's for all the ones I had for March and April. That shows you how many shows there are going all over the country.
And those are just the ones that are smart enough
that
to
know that they
post
can advertise on the internet.
Beanie
Right.
Mom site.
Right.
Right?
That's right.
When I walk through the show,
Right.
Everyone talks about the Beanie Mom's price guide.
Right. Well, that's put together by the Beckys, Becky Phillips and Becky Estensoro, who are dealers, and they call all over the country and have people call them and tell them what the beanies are moving for. So they track that. They also track the auctions.
Mm-hmm.
So they keep their fingers on the pulse of the market fairly well and composite with that during the week and come up with prices.
Okay, is it like updated like weekly?
I do the price guide every week. Not every piece changes every week, but
Okay.
the price guide is published every week. All we do on my page is the retired. They do some manufacturing oddities, and we're also tracking the teeny beanies. So it's 5 pages now.
I'm curious, what are the teeny beanies up to now?
The set of teeny beanies, I believe, is 175 to 200. That's the range.
Any forecast on the new ones that are coming out?
No, but I can see because the new ones are coming out, the old ones are starting to skyrocket. The prices are going up.
Do people pay to be on the site?
No, it's a free site.
It's a free site.
Right. The thing I do charge for is selling ads, but the site
Right.
itself, all the information's free.
But selling
all
ads,
the history.
Selling, because I'm just wondering, I mean, that's so much work.
Yes, it is a lot of work.
Definitely, I know probably a lot of it started out as a labor of love.
It was a hobby.
But you still love the labor.
Yeah, I do. I do because I like to keep connected. My joy of collecting started when I received 3 beanies as a gift for my children. And my kids liked them, and I loved them, and that was it. I was hooked. So I started looking. I live in Virginia, and started looking around, and I couldn't find any. And my husband works for an internet service provider, so I was instantly into the net, and I knew about it. So I would search online for beanies, and that's how I built up a lot of my collection in the beginning, was through the net. And at that point, believe it or not, there's probably only 5, 10 beanie sites out there. There really wasn't very much. And so I thought, well, I'd like to start a fun place where people can swap stories. I like pictures of all the old things.
that the old-time collectors had just to share with everybody. So that's why I started Beanie Mom.
And how many sites are out there now?
Oh, I'd say there's hundreds, even thousands dedicated to beanies right now.
So if somebody punches in...
Retailers have their own sites. Yes.
They get hundreds and hundreds of sites come up.
If you go into a search engine, you wouldn't believe all the hits you could possibly get.
And even after all those sites have been invented, you're still getting 350,000 hits a day?
Right.
Well, I'd say that that's a pretty popular site.
Well, we try to keep a good site. We're proud of our site, and we enjoy doing it.
Well, so how much computer equipment do you have to keep this all going?
Beanie Mom runs off of 6 computers.
6 computers?
Right. I have 3 laptops. We have a server in our basement.
Your husband, like, you know, is he down there working on all the equipment and everything all the time?
No, it's not like that. He put a LAN in our house, and we have 17 computers in our house, and 6 of them run off of Beanie Mom.
Where do you have all these computers?
I'm not telling you.
I'm just trying to imagine your basement.
Well, yeah, we have a full rack in our basement with the servers and all the equipment we need to run it.
When you answer the email, I'm curious. That just seems like so much labor.
It is. It takes a lot of time because, you know, people have a lot of questions. There's a lot of new collectors. I've learned that many new collectors started after the teeny beanies, and I'm expecting even an additional wave after the next set of teenies come out. People found them at McDonald's, and they found the little ones, and then they wanted the big ones to go with it. So they found those, and then they wanted the rest of the collection, and that's just taken off.
What's the most common question you get asked?
People want to know if they find a beanie oddity, mistag, and they want to know if it has any extra value.
What's the question that drives you crazy?
That one. That one. People, they hear about rumors from other sites, and they want some kind of confirmation. That's another one.
Like let's say the blizzard.
Right, the blizzard rumor was a big one.
Out for a long time.
Yes, and now, yeah, the blizzard and Dairy Queen issue.
And what was the deal with that?
Rumored new bears. They think there's going to be a peach bear coming out, so that's also another popular hot rumor.
Where do those rumors start?
I don't know. People just, you know, want to have fun, so they just put something out there and see how far it goes.
I think people are having fun.
Yes, they are.
And it sounds like you're having fun.
I'm having a great time.
Okay. Well, listen, I really appreciate you coming here today.
Well, thank you.
And talking to us about the Beanie Mom site.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you very much.
Tank. This armadillo lives in the south, shoving Tex-Mex in his mouth. He sure loves it south of the border, keeping his friends in good order.
Beanie's my favorite Beanie Baby. Grunt the Razorback. Some beanies think that Grunt is tough. No surprise, he's scary enough. But if you take him home, you'll see Grunt is the sweetest Beanie Baby.
Let's start with chops. So when you're looking at the beanies, as you can see, they look the same. But now let's examine the differences. The important thing to remember is if you don't have a real chops to compare, you must know the differences. First of all, the fake chops has a very firm head with a stuffing that is totally different from a real Beanie Baby, which is nice and cushy. Second, the eyes are much wider on the fake beanie than on the real Beanie Baby. Now, the true way to tell, and usually always the way that you can tell the quickest, is the tag. The tag on the fake chops has a wide rim, and on some of the gold, you can actually even see some of the red coming through. Also notice
when we compare the two. Over here on the real Beanie Baby, you have the uniform gold stripe around the heart, and the star, the points on the star. Now notice the points on the star on the fake Beanie Baby, a little more rounded. The tush tag on most counterfeits are wider. See right here? The ears on the real Beanie Baby come around to the bottom with the black. On the fake, as you can see, it comes around outside the edge. If you remember those differences, you'll be able to spot a fake chops in a minute.
Peking, the panda, has a tag that you've probably read about. The counterfeit doesn't have the umlaut over Nuremberg, and doesn't have a comma after Waterville, has a period after Waterville. And the big giveaway, the black under the eye is shaped a little different than the authentic Peking. The big giveaway is the depth of the eye. If you feel the back of the eye, the counterfeit Peking has a long stem, about 1/4 of an inch long, out the back of the eye. And the real Peking does not. It's a rounded back. Watch out for Peking. Tags are good, except for the mistakes on the inside. Counterfeit, real. The inside of the tag reads that this is, in fact, a peanut, but the poem, if you read it, says, Waddle the penguin has to dress up. So the poem is from Waddle, the tag is from Peanut. You can tell the difference in the face, but if you check the tag, for sure you'll recognize that this is counterfeit, this is genuine. Here's a duck in a good mood. This is a duck having a bad day.
It's almost got a corduroy type fabric here. See the difference there? You can spot that right away. This right here is true quality. Underneath, the definite counterfeit. Know the difference. 2 5/8 from one end of the eye to the other. You have 2 1/4. You have 2 1/4 on the real Thai Beanie Baby. On a real Kiwi is a 2-inch section of blue compared to, on this counterfeit, a 1.5-inch section of blue, and a definite difference in color. Valentino. Notice the noses. See that? Now let's turn that a little bit. It's flat. That nose is totally flat. And it's a little bit wider than the nose on the real Thai Beanie Baby, which is rounded. Take a look. Come on in. See? That's round. Round on the outside. It looks totally different. You can see the difference immediately on that particular factor. Over here is a little bit shorter. He's not quite as large. The eyes are a little farther apart. So pay attention to the different things that we talk about on all the different beanies and compare, compare, compare. That's what you want to do. And also deal with reputable dealers, of course. The counterfeits that we are showing you are not the only counterfeits on the market today. But the different things that we're showing you and telling you about the counterfeits are the things that you need to look for. Things like the flat noses, the tush tags, the tags themselves, and the differences.
The bottom line of all this, for me, Peggy, I'm not sure what you tell your people, but people that come to us and say, how do we protect ourselves here? What do I do? It's get yourself educated. Find out the difference. Know the difference. Touch them. Feel them. Look at them. And buy from someone that you trust. Buy from someone who's reputable. Someone that if you have a problem, you can go back to them and they'll say, sure, I apologize, here's your money back.
Goldie the fish. She's got rhythm, she's got soul. What's more to like in a fishbowl? Through sound waves, Goldie swam because this goldfish likes to jam.
leapfrog. Legs lives in a hollow log. Legs likes to play leapfrog. If you like to hang out at the lake, Legs will be a new friend you'll make.
Tusk the walrus. Tusk brushes his teeth every day to keep them shiny. It's the only way. Teeth are special, so you must try, and they will sparkle when you say hi. We got peas. I love beanies.
Looking for bears.
Bears and boys, beanies, right?
There's bears in there. Good luck bear hunting.
Yeah.
You don't need a gun here.
No.
Just
no.
money.
We take all these home live.
Yeah, I'm an avid collector, and also my friend Kim has dragged me over here all the way from California.
And what beanie are you looking for here?
Britannia.
Britannia.
Yeah, the brown one.
What would you pick?
Up to
And
500.
we're not selling.
Up to 500.
And do you enjoy the hunt?
I love it.
Love the hunt. Okay, well, gentleman up here is hunting for bears too.
I'll have to trip him on the way.
Yeah, you can. That's right. And he doesn't have a gun. You don't have a gun. But you take him home live, and all you need is money. What's your favorite beanie? What's your favorite beanie?
Princess.
What's your favorite beanie, sir?
I'm just with her.
You're just with her. What's your favorite beanie?
Aaron.
Aaron. What's your favorite beanie?
Garcia.
What's your favorite beanie?
Tuffy. Bruno.
Tuffy. Bruno. What's your favorite beanie?
Di.
What's your favorite beanie, ma'am?
What's yours? I mean hers.
What's your
Chops.
favorite beanie? Chops is your favorite beanie?
Chop.
Why?
Chop.
Why is Chops
First
your
one I
favorite?
bought.
First one we bought.
First one you bought.
$5.
I see. How many do you have?
Oh, 120 maybe.
We used to can vegetables, now we can beanies.
That's right.
Okay, so we got a canned kiwi.
Yes, and this is Tabasco for the bulls.
Okay, canned bull, Tabasco.
And then that's your American trio down there. It's lefty, righty, and liberty. On the Valentino, we put a little crown, so it makes a nice touch on the piece.
And how much is the...
The little crowns are $10.
So this is where it all started, and this is where you find the best stuff.
Looks like you came prepared.
Yeah, we come. This display helps us get the attention of people, get some people to sell us their beanies.
I just want the case.
This is the employee bear. Ty made them for his employees, not last Christmas, but the Christmas prior, and gave everyone a dinner, and employees, just select employees, and made approximately 300. They came with a green ribbon. One came with a green ribbon, and one came with a red ribbon. And I sold the green ribbon one, and this is what's left.
What are you selling them for?
5,000. Actually, I'll probably go. They go between 45 and 5,000. They only made 300, so they're very rare. They don't have a hang tag, and the tush tag is different on them as opposed to the regular New Face Violet, which has a black and white tush tag. It's also sewn with a different color thread.
And all these things matter.
All these things matter.
All the little idiosyncrasies,
Yes.
We have to know them, don't we?
Absolutely, because otherwise you can wind up with someone with a great imagination who's trying to do creative beanies.
I see.
And we don't want to do creative beanies.
No, we don't want to do
No, we want authentic.
What do we have here?
We have a 1994 original tie catalog. It's very rare. It goes for about $350 right now.
How extensive is your collection, and what would you say it's worth?
Probably around $100,000.
$100,000. That's great.
A little bit there.
Looks like last night we saw these ragtime guys in the hotel. Now they're here at the show.
Yeah, they are.
What are we selling them for?
We're actually not selling them. I'm just showing the display. Bring people into my booth so they can buy my tag protectors. And I'm giving away samples of tag protectors.
And these are the tag protectors right here?
Yes, they are.
Hey, take a look at that. And right there with the 800 number on it.
It's a limited edition Beanie Mania Congo. No one knows how many anything are made except this item here. It has a numbered card to go along with it.
So you have to, when you go to sell them, you're going to sell each one with a numbered card.
Each one with a numbered card.
Great.
It's beautiful.
And how much was it?
$175.
$175. Is that a deal?
I think so. I think it's pretty good.
So we have here the market creates more markets.
This right here are the Grateful Dead beanies. And these here are the meanies. This is Armadillo Dan is a fighting machine. He's trained to be tough, hard, and mean. Always ready to attack with a cannon on his back. Just don't ask him to clean the latrine. Now, you know, that's a little bit of a different poem than a Ty Warner poem. We're back again with Jody and Kim, and hey, I think they've been successful on their hunt. Tell us about it. Kim, what'd you find?
Well, we bought 3 Britannias today.
She found them. Did you pay the price you wanted?
Yep, we got a real good price.
What was that price?
$5.50.
$5.50. Wait a minute. I thought I heard them say that the highest they would go was $5.
Yeah. Well, that's what we wanted to get that rumor spread around, so maybe someone would approach us.
Oh, I see. The old rumor spreading business for the beanies.
Right.
Okay. Do you do that on the internet too? Do you spread rumors on the internet?
No, we don't deal on the internet. Live only.
Okay, so we have trap here.
Right.
What did you have to pay for trap?
$2,200.
$2,200 for
but
trap.
His tag's in mint condition, and he's perfect.
He's perfect. He should be perfect for $2,200, shouldn't he? That's a trap. Trap him for $2,200.
Thanks so much for spending this hour with us. We hope you've enjoyed the Beanie Lover video, and we hope you'll buy a few of our new videos that are coming out soon. How to spot counterfeit beanies, the Beanie Lovers video guide, and more. We'll keep you informed. Be checking your internet sites and the Beanie Mom website for our new program, The Beanie Lover Show, soon to be broadcast on cable in your area. We look forward to visiting with you then. Thanks again for buying the Beanie Lover video.
Beep, beep, beep.